Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we'll be talking about the expansion to Furnace, Interbellum, and this is designed by Ivan Lashin, and it is published by Arcane Wonders.
Alright, so we recently reviewed the game Furnace, so I'm going to put the link to that down below in the description, so if you want to learn how to play that game and what our thoughts were on the original base game, be sure to follow that link down below. Did you get that? Check that out. All right, but today we're going to be talking about the expansion, what that adds. All right, so first of all, it adds a lot. It adds all new capitalist cards, all new starting cards, adds these manager tokens, ways that you can kind of modify cards that are already out on the board. You add a fifth player. So if you're wanting to play a Furnace with 4 players, now you can add a fifth player in. All right, so there's also these variable capital discs that you can actually modify and make even higher than 4. 4 was the max before. You can, if as long as you can willing to pay for it, you can go all the way up to an 8, which is crazy. There's a lot of things this adds to the base game.
I really enjoyed the new capitalist cards. I really enjoyed the old capitalist cards too. I just like all the capitalists, I guess.
The asynchrony ability is like the more the merrier.
Well, it's really cool because these ones interact a lot more with the manager cards, which you need. So you're creating this new idea in this game, and then you're giving you new capitalists to interact with that new idea that you're putting in the game. And I just thought it worked out well. Once again, I thought that they were pretty well balanced. I didn't feel like anybody had, when we were playing it, it wasn't like one capitalist was greater than any other. I still feel like all of them, even introducing these new ideas, were still pretty well balanced.
I think that those manager tokens were a really fun way to give you additional things to bet on, but also modify existing cards. So you had these cards that were out there, and they were they do whatever they did. But if you want to do something over again, now you have these tokens that maybe you can add it over again. Or maybe you can, if a card's no longer beneficial to your setup, you can actually remove it. You can destroy that card and get compensated for that. So I liked how there was new ways to interact with the cards by simply adding a token to it. And there's now that individual card is just a little bit stronger than it was before.
Yeah. I also really like that capital disc. It was so interesting because you can, like Ryan said, it's variable. You can go anywhere from 0 to 8, and there is a 0 on there. But so you can bid and you can change, and it just gives you a bit more variety. But you also need an extra betting token because you're having all of these manager tokens as well. So you do need something extra so you can do more. You can't add more, but you're blank, but you can't do anything more. So it gives you this extra thing that you can manipulate the board with. I mean, all the same rules apply. You still can't match anybody. So you kind of have to be creative with that, or you can even just choose one of the 1, 2, 3, or 4 because you know that now people can't use their 1, 2, 3, or 4 on that. But I thought it was needed for what they were doing, how they were expanding the game.
I think that a lot of our plays that we play are 2-player counts. So 2-player modes of games are pretty important. In the original Furnace, the 2-player mode had a really fast, simple AI that it was basically by a dice roll. You determined where the character was betting. And that was pretty interesting and really, really fast.
Yeah.
The 2-player
and it still messed with us.
Exactly. Yeah. It was interacting with the board and causing us to lose out on cards that we wanted or get compensated on things or whatever the case is. Yeah. The 2-player version in this game is a little bit more robust. In a good way, or possibly in a bad way, depending on how you want to approach it. If you wanted that simple, fast AI, the previous system was much better. It was so much snappier. It wasn't taking up any time hardly at all. This time, now, the AI, the 2-player acts... In the 2-player mode, the AI acts like a third player who actually is going to be scoring points. And you really have to watch what they're doing. They are going to be taking cards that you want, and they are going to have a strategy, a theme that they are going with. They want a certain kind of card, and then once they've got that certain kind of card, they're going to get compensated, and they're going to get paid out in points frequently. So you really have to watch them. You have to mitigate what they get because it's pretty wild how they can snowball if you let it get away from them. It's just like any character. If you don't watch what they're doing, they can snowball away with their strategy if you don't try to stop them a little bit. So, the new 2-player AI character, or the third, actually gets the third fully fleshed out character. Adds time, but it adds strategy as well.
So overall, I did like this expansion. I thought that Furnace was really great and streamlined. So I was kind of worried about the expansion that would take away from that. I didn't feel like it did. It just had a plus. Like it was Furnace plus. However, if I were to play with the expansion, I would not want to play 2-player. I did not like that AI character. I was not a fan of trying to mitigate that, and especially like Ryan said, like the first round or two, they were tripling us in points already, and like you almost can't do anything with that. It's like what's the point of even doing this? Whereas the multiple player counts because the game also adds a 5th player, so you can even just like play with a ton of people. You still get
a party game, basically. It's a party game now.
You still get all that fun decision without somebody being like, yeah, I've already beaten you in round 1. Why are we even playing? So if I were to play with the expansion, I would not want to play 2-player.
So the first several times I played Furnace, I was actually playing with the expansion built in. I just didn't know. I was playing with someone who had it all in the same box, and we were playing and having a great time. So it was actually very interesting to kind of, from that perspective, peel back the expansion.
Yeah.
We were trying to review the base game, peel it back, play it several times without the expansion, and then review just that, and then add it back in and see how things had changed and see what decision points they had made and all that stuff. So from that perspective, it was actually pretty interesting to see the full story, peel it back, and then introduce it back in. I think that I would want to play it with everything,
Yeah.
Plus, sorting it out is kind of silly anyways. Sorting out all the cards and stuff like that. There is a little bit of verbology changing. Some what am I trying to say? What's the word I want to use? I don't know. Glossary.
Words change.
There's more things that you need to consider when you're playing more. There's a glossary because all the different effects that can take place. So it's no longer as simple and as fast. It's not as quick. But it is a little bit, I think I use the word robust. It is a little bit more advanced, and if you're looking for that experience, this provides that for you.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching it. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see our videos as they come out. Until then, you can find us in all of these places.
You guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye. You guys, thanks so much for watching. This game was provided to us by a publisher in exchange for a fair and honest review.
And if you want to see more stuff, check out over here to see something we think you might like.
And over here, we think that YouTube has picked out a great video for you you're going to love. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.